Hi there, stampers and crafters. My name is Tami White from stampwithtami.com. And today's video is part one of a two-part series where I'm going to show you how to create this gorgeous Timeless Elegance gift set. It's a peekaboo card and a milk carton box that is so easy to make, you're going to love them. These projects were designed by Kathy Roddy for our Stampin Demonstrator group's Easter blog hop this month. And they were so popular, they went viral instantly. And on my Facebook page, a lot of you were begging for a video tutorial. So here they are, by request, by you guys. I've called them the Timeless Elegance gift set because that is the name of the designer paper that we've used on both projects. It is gorgeous paper put out by Stampin' Up, and it really pulls the projects together. And on today's video, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on using intricate dies for your big shot and how to make these pieces just fall right out of the die. So easy. Alright, let's get started. Here's a close-up of the projects that we are going to be making. Love, love, love these. Just beautiful. The designs come from Kathy Roddy. The box outline actually comes from my friend Sam Hammond. You may know her as Poodles. And I'll show you how to make that in part two. Today, we're going to be making this awesome card. As always, you can get all of the supplies I'm using today and all of the measurements for these projects on my blog, as well as a free downloadable PDF, simply by going to this URL or clicking in the link in the YouTube description below. If you're on YouTube, just click right on this video. We're going to start by making the card base. I'm going to shock you guys and actually stamp the inside of the card today. Usually I just show you how to make the card and I leave it up to you to transfer that onto the inside of the card, but today I'm going to do both. We're using the Happy Happenings stamp set from Stampin' Up. Very fun stamp set, and it's got both the outside and the inside. Now, when Kathy designed her original, she made this a thank you box and card for a little thank you gift. I'm going to make it a wedding card or a party favor box today. I just thought spring's coming. People are looking for wedding ideas and wedding favors, so we'll go with that route. But even with the same stamp set, you can just change out these greetings to make it good for any occasion. Okay, so for the inside of the card, I'm going to stamp this Happily Hitched, and on the outside, we're going to do Today's the Day. Both very vanilla panels are exactly the same size. Going to stamp our words in the center, a little bit towards the top, and we'll stamp Today's the Day on some scrap pink pirouette. Okay, this is some double-sided tape called Snail Adhesive. It's available in my online store. I am going to attach both the inside of the card that we just stamped Happily Hitched on and the outside with the snail adhesive. So it looks like that. And next, some fun with circle punches. This is the 1 3/8 to stamp out the words. Today's the day. I always do that upside down so you can see what you're punching. And the 1 1/2 to punch out the black circle, which is going to be a frame. And some snail to attach those to. Now, a little tip, if you don't have the circle punches, you can use the circle framelits. This paper is just so beautiful. It's a double-sided 12 by 12 stack. I'm just gonna flip through some of the designs here for you that are on here. They're so beautiful. Love that lace one. And you may recognize the designer paper from when we created this card. You'll find this YouTube video both on my YouTube channel and on my blog simply by searching Timeless Elegance in the search box on my blog. There's a good chance it's going to be discontinued in May, so if you love it, get it. I don't have any more insight on what's retiring in May, but usually the designer papers go, so I'm just guessing that that's going to go too. Now I'm taking the pink pirouette marker, which matches the paper that we're using. This particular design doesn't have any color to it, so we're going to add just a touch of color to it just by coloring the flowers. See how that just gives it a little pop, and it's really going to pull it together when we put it together with the cardstock. Next, we are going to create a peekaboo fold, which is really fun and super, super easy. I'm just taking my paper cutter here, and I'm measuring in half of the sheet, which is 2 5/8. This blade, it's kind of hard to see with the pattern paper behind it, actually has measurements on it, and 1 1/2 is right there. So I'm just going to bring that blade to the 1 1/2 inch tick mark, so it's exact. And then I'm just bringing in a ruler here to do a quick score from the end of that slice right to the corner of the designer paper. And this is just a stylus, which we'll be using again in the box. And we want to do that on both sides. And what that has done is created 2 score lines, which we're just gonna burnish with a bone folder, and that's actually gonna create the peekaboo. I bet you didn't expect it to be quite that easy. So I did tack down those little wings, those little peekaboo wings, with some snail adhesive, and then snail on the back of this panel to attach it to our card base. Go ahead and attach our word circle with some snail adhesive as well. And next, we just need to cut our flowers. So we'll be using the Botanical Builders framelit set. Here's the pieces that we're going to need from it, and I'm going to show you a tip. So these 4 pieces we'll be using, and just in case you have not seen this on one of my previous videos, I always recommend priming your framelits the first time you use them with a dryer sheet. So I've got the Big Shot die cut machine and the multi-purpose cutting platform closed on tab 2, 1 cutting pad on top. I only do this with the really intricate ones. This solid one probably doesn't need it, but we'll do it anyways. I folded the dryer sheet in half and then just crank it through. And if you're feeling extra zippy, you can crank it back. And that is all. Again, only got to do that the first time you use a set. We will be using the precision base plate for the actual cutting. It goes dark side up. You can cut all of your pieces at the same time. Several of them you'll need multiples of the same die. On top of that sandwich, I'm going to put 1 cutting pad. The precision base plate acts as a cutting pad, so it goes multi-purpose cutting platform closed, precision base plate, cardstock, framelit, and 1 cutting pad on top. Okay, next, these are going to pop right out. Couple of tips with this, especially with the big one. You can use either the paper piercer to just pop those holes, and that should peel right out, especially with the dryer sheet before it. If it's a little bit more intricate like these, oh, that one really just popped right out. Don't need anything with that. Let's see how this one does. Nope, that one just rolled right out too. That is because the dryer sheet is so awesome. Gotta love that technique. But if they don't pop right out quite like that, while the paper's still in it, take the Stampin' die brush and just run it over like this. And it will, these little doodads will get all in those little holes and pop the paper right out. Since I have the Big Shot out and the pieces out, I've cut all the pieces we're going to need for both the card and for tomorrow's box. So when we watch the box video, I'll have the pieces already cut. I'll refer back to today's video to show you how to do it. We'll use some mini glue dots and stick these flower inserts right to them, and then stick them right to the center of each of these pink flowers. We'll be using the metal edged pearls. These are beautiful. They come in 3 different sizes. I might mix up the sizes a little bit here because I've used quite a few. There's a little protective backing. They just peel and stick. 2 of these flowers will go on a card. 2 are going to go on our box tomorrow, so we'll put those aside. Just placed a Stampin' dimensional on the back of each of the flowers that's going on the card. We'll just place those down and then use the mini glue dots to place down our branches. And I placed those where they wouldn't be seen, 1 down the bottom, 1 at the top, and then just piece them in. I'm just fluffing out the flower a little bit so it gives it a little bit of dimension. Flower fluffing. It's fun to do, it's fun to say. And we'll add a couple of these pieces to the inside. And our beautiful peekaboo card is complete. So awesome. Just love this. Again, free downloadable PDF file on my blog. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video on how to make the matching milk carton box. Super easy. You're going to love this. And be sure to visit my blog every day. I post new ideas, updates, and other cool stamping and crafting related stuff. Thanks for joining me today. See you tomorrow.